Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to Goons Cove. What I have got for you today is the top 5 reveals that we got in the 1.4 dev live stream that came out last Tuesday on Twitch. It has since been published in its full form on YouTube, and you can still see the full video on Twitch as well. I was originally going to go through this whole thing. It's about an hour and 20 minutes and kind of commentate over it, but in the interest of time, I'm just cut together a top 5 clips from that live stream so you guys can get the key points in a shorter format here. Ton of links below in the description to all sorts of stuff, including the live stream itself and time-stamped links to the individual 7 heroes that they showed off that were receiving changes. I think this is going to be a really good patch. Everyone that's been playing it early has had nothing but good things to say about it, so definitely looking forward to 1.4. We're going to do a bigger deep dive when they release the patch notes, which should be in a little under a week, so we're holding out for that to go more in depth on the discussion aspect, but busy week for me and busy weekend, so just trying to get something out there for you guys to stay up to date on what we're seeing. I know a lot of people are anxious for 1.4 and missed the live stream itself, so here is a more digestible form for it. Like I said, check the description below. Ton of links for you guys to go to. I want to collect as many resources in as convenient of a package as I can for you guys. So check this one out and come out to the live streams as always. We're having a great time every night streaming Pred. A lot of people coming through, queuing with us, and we've been winning some matches. Even losing matches is fun in this game. It's just the best MOBA out right now. So anyway, enjoy this 5 clips of my top 5 in order from least exciting to most exciting, things that we're getting in 1.4, and we will catch y'all in the next one.
Let's get into the ranked mode here, because I know a lot of people are on the edge of their seats waiting for it. Robbie, tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So with ranked, we're planning on making a few improvements to rank mode, which Derek will touch on. So we're looking at season 1 to potentially start with 1.5. And the main reason for that is with 1.4, as you guys will see, we're making pretty massive changes to the game, and a lot of heroes are being adjusted. And so we want a bit of time for the dust to settle before we begin the next rank season because of how big these changes are. And we're also planning to do another rank 24/7 test with the start of season 1.5. And as with our previous test, we saw some issues that we wanted to address, particularly around match quality and queue times. So this will just give us a bit more time to make sure that we're addressing some of those issues so that we can ensure the next test is going to be as successful as possible. But I'll let Demonde talk about some of the changes that we're planning to make.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. So we're planning on making a few changes around draft mainly. We found that people have issues with being able to declare the intent of what hero they want to play. Now, voice chat will help with this also, but we're adding an intent phase to draft. So you'll be able to hover the hero for 10 seconds that you want to play before anybody is able to ban. This should ensure that your teammates don't accidentally try to ban the hero that you want to play. Moreover, people left a lot of feedback around how banning actually works. So if one entire team chooses Feng Mao, the other entire team chooses Feng Mao, it can ban Feng Mao on both sides, right? And this can feel to both teams like they wasted their ban. So to fix this, we've actually added a second ban to both teams and made it snake draft for bans. So the first team will ban, then the second team will vote, then the first team will vote again, and the second team will vote again. So you'll have 4 unique bans every game, never have a wasted ban, and then you'll be able to get into draft from there. So as Robbie said, 1.5 is the target for the start of season 1. We will need 24 hours of downtime before that to knock everybody's rank back to kind of a area we deem fit based on an algorithm. So we won't be restarting everybody from the beginning. Obviously, if you're close to the beginning, you probably will. But yeah, so just for our Paragon players out there, like, you're not going to be going back to bronze. Like, don't worry about that. But we will knock everybody back for season 1. So split 1 of season 1 should last for about 18 weeks until 1.8. And that should be enough time to be able to climb to where you belong, to be able to prove your worth and get those rewards that we're going to be giving out. We'll also be giving out rewards for Season 0, but that will come a little bit later. Like that messaging will come a little bit later and not for me on this stream. Yeah, like Robbie said, we're planning on testing that 24/7 ranked again right at the start of Season 1 Split 1 for 3 weeks. So that'll be super cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all for me on ranked.
I'm just going to jump in. I've seen a couple of people ask about this downtime. We're talking about ranked downtime, not game downtime, right?
Yeah, 100%. We're talking about 24 hours of ranked downtime the day before the patch. So when the patch drops, the downtime will stop. You can instantly get into ranked. Yeah, but we need that time to basically freeze all accounts and calculate rewards.
Good stuff. Just wanted to clarify. I saw some panic in the chat and I was like, that's all good. I'll swoop in.
So I'm hearing lots of incredible stuff. I'm hearing improvements to the rank mode itself, improvements to the matchmaking, end of season rewards, a new season dropping, another 24/7 hour. What's going on there, Choice? You good? All right. Another 24/7 test, and then 1.5. We're looking to see season 1 of a ranked start. Am I correct on all those accounts there?
Yeah, 100%.
That's pretty exciting. So that seems like it's, that's what a lot of the questions were around. So chat, I hope you're excited. Ranked mode coming officially. I'm really excited for that, even though I may be a silver level player. Just don't look at my account, okay? Just don't. It's fine.
I feel you, man. I know the feeling. It's all good. We'll be silvers together. Robbie can join us as well.
It'll be my pleasure.
All right, let's do it.
Awesome. Yeah, no, so Boris, this character primarily intended to be a jungler, but I'm sure our community will find many creative ways to find other places to play him. He is somewhat viable in offlane certain matchups too. We've tested him there and he seems pretty good. But yeah, jungle definitely the intended role. His kit lends well to these powerful early game ganks, really fast clear speed. He also has some high sustain, makes him a little bit more accessible. Maybe you want to play something a bit different to like Chimera. There's similar play patterns there. But yeah, basically how does he do this? Well, we've got this short range dash that he does that you'll see used repeatedly during the video. He basically lashes forward, does a couple strikes, does a lot of damage. It's very bread and butter, just basic ability. But to enhance this play pattern, his passive is this ramping attack speed. So you'll see these capsules appearing on his back as he attacks enemy heroes, monsters and such. And when he reaches maximum, 4 capsules, this core will release from his back and it will begin to zap enemy heroes that he attacks with his basic attacks and his R&B and do more damage, and he gets more healing, more attack speed, and this bear just gets mauling and laying into his prey. It's super cool. And then as for these early ganks, his Q ability, he basically sniffs, and in this large cone that goes forward, he's able to find the closest target and he marks them, so they're actually able to see that he's marked them. So there's a bit of counterplay there. You can try and escape him, but try is the key word there, because he's going to run at you with extreme speeds unlike we've ever seen in Predecessor before, and attempt to dash onto you and maul you. So you'll see him running really, really fast. These early ganks are quite scary. Make sure you ward deep into the enemy Boris's jungle, catch him on his camps, otherwise you're going to be surprised by a bear sprinting at you at Mach 10. He's also got his E ability. This is a really cool one. So basically you gain a bunch of DR, like this shield. We've got this really cool red VFX that coats him and protects him from damage. And during this time, he can still act as normal, but during it, he can reactivate it to fear nearby enemies and damage them. This works really well with his dash ability. You come sprinting to the lane, you dash behind them, fear them back into your team. It's your bread and butter, and you can just lay into them then. And then as you might have seen during the video, probably the most exciting part of his kit is his ultimate, the suplex. So he just flies forward, grabs the first hero that he comes into contact with, launches them up into the air, and then slams them down into the ground towards the direction he dashed them into. And it does massive damage in the area that he lands to, so you can launch tanks into their carries and nuke them and try and blow them up. That's really fun. And you've got some cool ganking gameplay patterns where, again, you can dash through the enemy, fear them, and then ult them back into your team. You can do some cool tower dive moments with it. It's amazing. It's probably one of my favorite abilities that we've got in the game. It's very visually impressive. There's lots of cool gameplay implications. I want to see lots of suplexes, lots of montages to maroon 5 animals. It's super fun, super exciting ability.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Robbie, first impressions when you started playing with this kit on Boris. What did you think?
I loved it. To be honest, we have like all the other hero updates, but I always end up picking Boris because he's so fun. Like the other stuff, the other heroes are really good, really cool, and I definitely spend time trying them. But if I get the chance to play Boris, I'm always picking him because you can run at people like insanely fast, and then you can use your fear, but you can ult them, and then the fear won't go off until you land. So what I try to do is I try to ult people into my tower and then fear them so they run back into my tower and just kill themselves. And it's hilarious. It's like so fun. And then obviously he's got like this nice little dash, which I really like. And he's just like clawing people away. It feels really satisfying. So he's super fun to play. I really enjoyed him. And I literally, like, we had a playtest today and I played him again. It's so much fun. And then his like sniffing is really, really funny as well, because if you don't sniff someone, he kind of feels disappointed. So it's quite nice.
Also, that sniff, when you're on the other end of it, it is absolutely terrifying. When you're against it and you're just in lane, you just get this icon above your head and this big sound effect. It's genuinely terrifying, and you just know you're about to die. You just get it and you're like, I'm dead. I can't do anything, and you don't know where he's coming from. You can't see him. So it's a really interesting like character to play against as well. I haven't actually. You guys keep stealing Boris every time we do play test, so I just have to keep going against him. But he's fun but terrifying. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat talk about I put that in specifically, by the way, the ult out of the air. So Bloodlight, that's one thing to touch on as well, as that ult is directional as well. Yeah, you can ult upwards, which means you can grab howitzers out of the sky, Skylers out of the sky. It's great. No longer being out of reach as a melee character is a very satisfying feeling when you have this tool available.
So what I'm hearing is that this isn't necessarily a lock-on. It's like a short dash, basically.
Short, yeah.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Okay. So no lock-on. There is a possibility to miss this and feel very, very disappointed.
Yeah.
High risk to it.
I feel like the good thing is that it's not a lock-on, is that you can also use it to escape. So like we were in a team fight today and I was like, oh, I'm about to die. And I just used my ult to dash in the opposite direction, right? So you do get that, but then you also get the ability to like jump, aim at people in the sky and like, slam them from the sky, which feels cool. I think it feels cool that it's not a lock-on, right? Like you aimed and you did something, it feels way more rewarding because you just grab like a Skylar or a howitz out the sky, and when you miss it feels bad, but it should feel bad because you missed, but then it makes when you hit it feeling really good.
This is like one of the most visceral kits I've ever like witnessed. Just watching Boris fly up in the air and slam him down just like that. I can't wait. I am not like a melee champ main by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm going to be playing Boris because this is very sick.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I've seen some amazing moments during his testing. I think one of my favorite, just talking on that fear idea of how terrifying it is to play against him, was actually a Morn and a Boris on the same team, and the darkness came in on the enemy Sparrow, the mark was on her, and this bear just comes sprinting out the darkness straight into her and just suplexes her, and it's one of the funniest things. I've just got it embedded in my head. It's so good.
That's so good. This also introduces another mechanic technically into the game. We got mesmerized with Morn in the last one, and now we're getting a fear. So you've got a pull in and a push out. That's we're starting to see some really interesting and exciting mechanics jump into Predecessor. How does it feel to like ship these new mechanics into the game and see them play out?
It's nice to differentiate the CC a little bit. It really makes the character feel a bit more unique and it's a bit more thematic to him. Again, just leans to this idea this bear is terrifying. Your character literally has to run away from him, which is really awesome. And yeah, with the mesmerize logic sort of worked on for Morn, it was much easier to then go about putting the fear in the game. But of course, we did also have the challenge of figuring out the grab and how he launches you up into the air. That was quite a tricky part to figure out too. So that's like another new mechanic the character introduces, which is really fun.
I could probably watch that all day. That was so stinking cool.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm thoroughly fleshed because I can't wait to play this character. So we're expecting to see Boris drop next week, right? That's when 1.4 drops.
Yep.
It's not next week. It's the week after.
Week after?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. 11th. Yeah.
I know how to tell time. I'm good, guys. It's okay. You kind of covered a lot about Boris. I almost don't want this video to go away. Maybe there are updates to heroes, and that's why we have the man Blood Mortius and Robbie on here to talk a little bit about some updates to some hero kits.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna leap in and start summarizing.
He's excited.
He's in there. He's ready.
Do it,
ready to talk about this.
You don't need us. We'll sit back. We'll sit here.
We'll take a 15-minute break and you
we'll go get a drink of water.
No, yeah, feel free to jump in anytime. I just did. So yeah, just to summarize basically off the previous stream, the main reason we're actually going about this and updating all these old kits because there's a lot of things there that are loved. There's a lot of things that we don't want to touch. So I just want to iterate on what is the importance of these reworks. So basically, we felt that predecessor overall currently had a lower skill ceiling than we desired for players. We wanted them to be able to express themselves more, especially compared to other MOBAs or MOBA adjacent games. So this is something that the update is trying really hard to fix. A large part of this was our hero kits just lacking a bit of depth and a bit of like mastery and extension of the player. And you basically couldn't become extremely powerful through the heroes like mechanics themselves. So we want to elevate these to be a bit more competitive and reinforce what the game is strong at. This means the sort of patches focused on the strengths of our existing characters, reinforce those, fulfill those power fantasies, your play styles, your personalities, and basically increase the attachment to your characters and the game as a whole. This we're going about with across the board buffs pretty much. There are some nerfs here and there, but we're emphasizing doubling down on what makes each hero really unique, whether that's through more impactful abilities or tuning their numbers specifically to really amplify their strengths. This also does mean, as I said, emphasizing some weaknesses in certain areas to make sure the hero doesn't cover as much ground as it might otherwise currently do. And this helps just keep our roster a little bit more unique.
So, Blood, how many heroes have been changed?
Yeah, every single hero.
Every single hero.
Yeah, every single hero has been touched in some way, even the newer ones, though regardless, those are mostly numbers. We have sort of been slowly power creeping the game a bit. People felt to do it with Zinx and Morn. They've got quite a lot of strength to their kits mechanically, so we didn't need to tweak these as much as the other characters. Some of them, like those and maybe like Argus or something, we're emphasizing minor changes. So Argus is just a very quick example where we're emphasizing like his ramping damage and some of his utility and retaining his strong scaling, but he is generally a bit of a shorter range mage in order to access all that damage, and that's where his strengths and weaknesses will come in. And we're simply doing number changes to achieve that. There's no large mechanical changes other than maybe like some ability radiuses like his explosion on his Q and things like this getting tweaked. Some have larger tweaks. Howitz is an example where we're adding like a mechanic to his R2000 missile where direct hits will do bonus damage. This will just reward the skill and the best things about playing Howitzer, which is just firing tons of missiles from afar, and the more accurate you are, the better you are, more rewarded you are. So we're looking into these kind of things. And then we have the really fun changes, the larger changes. Heroes like Bellica, for example, getting almost every ability changed in some way, passives reworked, and even some cases a brand new ability. So yeah, I think we're going to be diving into examples of some of those larger changes right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're going to be starting.
We're dropping a Battlepass in 1.4. And I think Demonde can talk a little bit about kind of how that works. But it's also in conjunction with the loot cores that we mentioned that some of you guys may have heard about. So maybe Demonde, you can walk through the battle pass.
Yeah, for sure. So we heard feedback on the last battle pass for Winterfest. Most people loved it. I mean, we were pretty proud of it. It was pretty awesome. There were a couple of complaints, namely the one where it was like kind of centered around Argus. And it's like, what if you don't like Argus? Fair point. So we've decided to kind of try to fix that part of the battle pass, and part of that are the loot cores that we've added. So we've added a ton of loot cores into the battle pass, both on the free side and paid side, I believe. And hopefully that should allow everybody to get something that they want. This is in conjunction with the Opal store, right? So if you are opening a ton of these cores, you will be getting some opals, be able to choose kind of what you want, instead of us kind of giving you a curated solution. That being said, this is also a longer battle pass. So this is a 60 level battle pass, which is, I believe, double from the size of our last one, which is quite huge. And you can see there that, I'm not sure if we've leaked these skins yet, but yeah, that's there's these Shadow Ops Sereth skins. This is a Shadow Ops themed battle pass.
Yeah.
Hand it to you, Robbie. Do you want to say anything else?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you covered most of it. I think just to reiterate on that point was, I'm not that much of an Argus enjoyer, so the battle pass in Christmas was cool, but I feel like if you didn't really enjoy the heroes that were there, it may have been a little disappointing. But at least here, with the addition of the loot cores, you can get stuff for your heroes, and then also the addition of the opal currency. You can get some really cool skins that are quite exclusive through that as well. So hopefully there's something for everyone in this battle pass, both on the free and paid side. And then I think the team just did an amazing job on the Shadow Ops theme. So there's a bunch of skins there that are Shadow Ops themed based on I think it's Twin Blast was the original Shadow Ops that people really loved. So I think the Seraph skin here looks pretty awesome.
I still use the Shadow Ops Twin Blast skin, maybe because that's the only one I have for him, but I still use it. And I'm excited to see these ones in the game. So, I mean, you guys look around in the battle pass over here, you might see a little bit of sneaks here and there, but really exciting. Stegs, do you have anything else about the battle pass?
I don't. I'm generally just excited about it. The thing for me is the whole community feedback thing. We saw a lot of people giving us feedback on the Winterfest one, and I'm just, as a community manager, just generally super happy to have us take that feedback on board and put it into the next battle pass. I think it's going to be really, really cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone thinks of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting. And two things I wanted to mention about the loot cores, which are is kind of tied to the battle pass. One is that we saw a lot of feedback when we announced the loot cores about the quantum cores, which are kind of the upgraded version of the iron core, that people didn't like that commons dropped in them. So we're going to be evaluating that feedback and kind of looking into potential changes there. I think that's a good example of, we want to try and share things with you guys as soon as possible, and then you guys can give us feedback, and then we can adjust based on the feedback that you guys share with us. So we're definitely looking at that. The other one was people asked about the iron cores. You can basically log in each day and buy an iron core with amber, so completely for free just by playing the game. It's a small amount of amber, so it's nothing large. We'll share more details on specific values later, but it's a very tiny amount of amber. So
Beautiful.
Hopefully that answers people's questions.
Beautiful. So we're getting loot cores, we're getting a battle pass, we have stuff to grind, we have daily stuff to get. Really exciting stuff. So we have things to grind, everybody. A little bit. Speaking of Robbie, why voice chat?
Well, I think, as most of us know, playing competitive games, it's way more fun if you can communicate with people versus in the middle of the action, you got to pause, type your whole sentence out, and then go again. I really enjoy playing games with my friends. And so just being able to speak to them on voice is kind of the thing that makes gaming really fun to me. And what we want to enable is, one, that you can foster those relationships inside a predecessor. So if you find someone and you get on well, we want to be able to facilitate that. And two, when you're playing in ranked, for example, a lot of the games only allow you like single or duo. And so I think it's really important that you're able to communicate with your team. And obviously it's very difficult if people are on different platforms. You can't invite them to Discord and such. So I think putting it into the game is going to really help people just build those social relationships and then also coordinate way better. And I think that's how predecessors, I think that's how predecessors are supposed to be enjoyed.
Agreed. Very exciting features coming into this. Now, Demande, we want to get a little bit of an insight on how this is going to work in Predecessor. How are we bringing voice chat into this game?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a couple different options going on. So you'll enter the game, and then you'll be able to connect your account, your Discord account, to the client, and then but you don't have to actually. You can, and then that'll allow you to use your main Discord account. But we do just give you like a burner account if you choose not to, that you can use or not use. So with that, once you join an actual like party, you can just speak to your teammates freely. You can mute, deafen your standard voice chat tools, and then you can also go into team chat in the draft and talk to everybody in draft. So right away, you can start strategizing, let people know what you want to pick, ask for swapping, banning, all that stuff right there in the draft. And then you'll get into game and you'll be able to speak to the same people if you choose to. Again, if you don't choose to, it's all optional. And yeah, it's super convenient. We've got text chat as well, along with DMs. So you'll be able to DM your friends inside Predecessor, I believe, to outside in Discord, or the other way around. I think that works pretty seamlessly. And yeah, it's great. Like for example, we hold playtests, right? And we have to do cross-platform playtests because it's a cross-platform game. So we'll have people playing on like PC, Xbox, PlayStation. And I remember I was playing this one playtest. I was playing on PC, playing like Grux Jungle, and I have a Gideon mid playing on PS5, and like we both die in a fight. We respawn. The enemy's taking Fangtooth. We come on Don's side up to the back of the Fang pit, and he's like, "Yo, you want me to like portal you in? Do you have hunt?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And then he portals me in. We jump in. I steal it. He ults. I ult. We kill everyone. It's like that wouldn't have happened without VC. So
yeah,
super useful tools.
I think what's really cool is, so to be clear, basically we've partnered with Discord and we are integrating a Discord solution inside the client. So we'll be one of the first people to integrate that. What that means is voice and text is powered by Discord. So the quality is basically Discord level quality, which I think is basically the best. But the cool thing is it's powered by Discord, but you don't even have to use Discord. So for people that don't want to link their account, they can just play as if it was a normal game with voice chat, and they never have to interact with the Discord functionality if they don't want to. Of course, if they do decide to link their account, they can now interact with people on Discord, and in future updates, it'll also pull your friends list from Discord so that you can invite people from your Discord right from Predecessor and vice versa. And also, if you're like me and my friends are always, we text over Discord, but I'm playing Predecessor and I don't want to like tab in and tab out, your DMs will come straight into Predecessor and vice versa. You can reply to your friends without leaving Predecessor and it'll go straight into Discord. So I think it's going to be really awesome. And there's even more things that we'll be adding, like rich presence, deep linking, which will allow you to invite friends straight to your party through Discord. So I think it's going to be really exciting. The start is just voice and text chat, and then we'll continue to build on that. So I think it's a really cool integration. And also it works across all platforms. So it works on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
That's pretty huge. I don't know if you guys heard that in chat. This is a Discord integration with Predecessor. That's absolutely huge.
Alrighty, folks, so that's going to do it. That was my top 5 most exciting reveals that we got in the dev stream for 1.4. it's going to be a great patch. We got the new hero coming out, pretty much every hero getting reworks in some way to kind of raise the skill cap and power potential of most heroes, which is really exciting. Of course, we get some ranked changes coming in this patch, but they're kind of minor. It's just to the draft phase, with the plan of the first official season of ranked coming in version 1.5, which is probably over a month away at this point. A lot of exciting stuff, a battle pass, loot crates, finally some more earnable skins in the game, which really looking forward to that and what that says for a Meta City in the predecessor game as far as bringing in new players, retaining players, giving us something to work for and play for outside of just a ranked ELO status. And of course, voice chat, man, that is going to be crazy. Hopefully voice chat works as well as they are saying it is working. And looking forward to future Discord integration as far as DMing and all sorts of stuff like that that's coming. So, great patch to look forward to, getting hyped. It should be coming out March 11th is what they're targeting. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed back for any reason because it seems like it's pretty much done. And they're just balancing it and playtesting it now. Look forward to me doing a patch notes walkthrough when they finally release the patch notes. I'm assuming it's going to be a very long patch notes list with all these hero changes and the new hero to go through, and who knows what else, honestly, that they're adjusting. So, huge patch, get hyped, 1.4, going to be an awesome one. Come out to the live streams and talk it up to us. Let me know also in the description what your favorite or least favorite parts that you're seeing revealed here are. What do you like about what they're changing? Is there anything you dislike about what they're changing? And what are you most excited for coming in version 1.4? For me, it's going to be voice chat. Hopefully that makes the game a little bit less toxic, less hiding behind keyboards, and more actually communicating with your team to set up good plays. So we will see y'all in the next one. It's been fun as always. Keep enjoying Predecessor in version 1.3.2 until we get version 1.4. So we'll see y'all in the next one.